Can we hope for some of that at the beginning of season 6? I have to say, this being the last Carseat Flail of season 5, and having just watched the episode again, I don't think we're gonna get a yes right away, guys. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. I think that this is a great thing, and let's get it clear. I am, though, engaged to Becky, who should be right here, or right here, or floating around me in the gigantic cloud of flail that we had today. We vowed to each other that we'd married in fandom. But, and this being the last Carseat Flail, I have to admit that I've actually recorded this 3 times because I've been getting into this super picky mood where everything has to make sense. And that should be the theme of this Carseat Flail. Things have to make sense. I could nitpick this episode to death, especially since I actually had to watch the episode knowing the ending. Because my brother had the amazing timing of FaceTiming me and saying that he had downloaded the episode and that they're gonna get married. And I'm like, what? Yeah, no, he pops the question. I'm like, have you not heard about not spoiling people that are actually just keeping themselves for this? But anyhow, having said that, I do have to say, this was a fantastic episode. There's just so much that needs to be talked about, from their performances to Santa's amazing job at her face expressions. Are like, just like, you could just like have a silent episode and just have her make faces and you would know exactly what's going on in her mind. And then, Martha and Jim putting in their own opinions about what a relationship should be and what life should be, which was incredibly wise and gave them a fair amount of space to know that they actually do know these people. They actually do know their children, and they know what's important to them and why they have flaws and why they have virtues, and how these things actually come to play in their own lives. Even Alexis coming in and triggering all these things inside of Castle that would ultimately make him ponder and make the decision that he made. To Ryan and Esposito being so in the know of what their friends are, that they know that something's up. To Gates actually appreciating the amazing opportunity that Kate is presented with. I have to say, being a career person myself, I'm 31 years old and I've passed in a lot of sentimental stuff just because I want to make it happen. Had I been presented with that, I would have probably been in the same position that she is right now. Because, yeah, you want your life to be full of love and full of everything. But this is it. This is what she's fought her whole life for. She just recently came to the realization that she also wanted a castle. So it is not an easy decision to make. And then there's a bunch of other things that you could nitpick about. Why is she dropping the coffee in the sink? Why is she saying these things? Oh, she said secrets and not a secret. And all these things that we made write 1,000 fanfics over the summer about. And we will. And we won't know what they're talking about until, it gets to be September 20 something, and hopefully there will be another Carseat Flail after an amazing episode where things like, what's the real reason why you're proposing to me, comes to play. Because I mean, she wanted big, but intimate and amazing and romantic. And yes, it was the right place to do it. It was big. It was presented on a situation where they're on a crossroads that it's incredibly challenging to their relationship. But at the same time, it was not the most romantic of proposals. If I were her, which God knows I'm not Kate Beckett or Santa Katic, um, I would be questioning, why are you proposing to me? Why are you deciding that this is the best time to let me know that you want to spend the rest of your life with me? And why do you want to spend the rest of your life with me? Because regardless of all the silent conversations that they may have, you need to hear all these things. And why would she say yes to you if you were rich or castle? Why do you think that she would want to spend the rest of her life with you? How are you so sure of her and her response that you would want to pop the question? And that's incredibly valid to be hesitant about, because a marriage doesn't solve anything. A ring and a commitment to something, if you don't know what's backing up that thing, doesn't really mean anything. If you're not sure, if you don't know the meaning of things, it just doesn't work. And I want to believe, we all want to believe, that come next season, on that episode untitled and number 601, this is going to come to play and they're going to pull through. And yes, they're going to go there and it's going to be amazing. And she's going to say yes. And they're going to keep discovering each other. And that's going to keep happening, because people could get married tomorrow and still figure out that they're an amazing myriad of things and amazing myriad of details all plunged together in one person. And it will be amazing, the discovery of being with the other person. But I do feel like there's still stuff to be worked through for her to say yes, and for him to actually realize that it was a wise decision to propose to her, regardless of the fact that he said, whatever you decide, I want to pop this question to you right now, be my wife. So, having said that, I am very, very curious about all the Easter eggs and all the foreshadowing that was there, and we know how it works. Also, I brought something to the girls' attention today whenever I was watching Always, because I couldn't find anything else to do today. That we know how they work on parallels, and last year she resigned her job, and what happens now is that on 601 we're gonna have her not resign. It could be a good thing, because we've had conversations that are parallel on other episodes that kind of tell you where they're going. But at the same time, Andrew Marlowe has been bent up breaking molds everywhere and breaking all the patterns, which was breaking the pattern of Moonlight, where, you know, it was the curse that everyone feared, and they just basically swept the floor with that curse. And I'm looking at you, Bones people. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. And I hope that there's no taking back, because we all know how taking back works. And I'm also looking at the Nanny fans, and I'm not even ashamed of saying that I'm a Nanny fan. You don't take it back. You don't take the I love yous back. You don't take the proposals back, because that's really bad. I enjoyed the whole work of everyone that I did, including Andrew's work on camera. It was fantastic. I loved everyone's wardrobe. It was great. Luke did a fantastic job. Editing was great. I just loved everything. And the complaints that I have are not complaints about story or how they wrote it. It's more about how this universe works, which is hard to talk sometimes with fans, because you have to separate yourself from, like, why are these people arguing and why is it being written this way? This is reality, guys. Like, people do not have logic to situations from time to time. This is how a relationship works. They don't. And being this Carseat of Flail, I just, in the last of season 5, I just want to thank everyone for being there with us throughout this whole year. I never knew that this could turn out to be what it is right now. I know there's a bunch of you that watch, and there's a bunch of you that actually comment to us, and they're waiting for me to upload this thing. And it's been an amazing experience. I'm so blessed and so lucky to have shared it with the people that I did, with Becky every Monday, and or almost every Monday, with Kai whenever I went to Hawaii, whenever she visited. You guys are amazing friends. And this is what the Carseat, Flail, and Castle allowed me to meet people that I never knew that were so fantastic and that I can truly call my friends and that have been there for thin and thick, for better and worse. So, joking about being engaged to Becky, it's actually very true, because that's pretty much what a marriage is about. You know, knowing that you will unconditionally know that this person is going to back you up until the end. And how this becomes an amazing support system. And this past week has been incredibly hard for me. And it's funny, but Castle actually helped through the whole thing, from finding that my brothers are actually great Castle fans, spoiling me today, to talk about it during really long and really dangerous car rides to get to places because of family emergencies, and keeping each other awake, just talking about Castle. And to even the fact that I had to spend 4 days with my grandmother in a hospital taking care of her, and she sadly passed away on Saturday. But the last 4 days, just to keep myself sane, I just read to her Heat Rises and Frozen Heat. And I came to the realization that she would have loved the show. She loved telenovelas and things that were about strong women. And I entertained the thought that she would have laughed at me because I love the show so much. But it also made light of a situation that it was really hard on us. So it helped us actually get through it. So you actually do, on the worst of times, still a possibility of joy. So there's that nugget of wisdom from Andrew Marlowe. I hope that next Carseat Flail about an episode gets to be with Becky, because I miss her so much. And I want to thank you all for everything that you've ever done for us, because it's been great. I will be around. I'll be reading fanfic and writing fanfic and hopefully making my way back to the States. And I want everyone to be okay during the summer. Do not strain yourself flailing and angsting about everything. And thank you so much to all the Castle crew and all the Castle cast that deliver such a great show, if you're watching. This has been the last Carseat Flail of Season 5. We hope for more stuff and more things and all the other details that we always loved about being Castle fans. Love you all. Bye.